Dialog boxes are used all the time in AutoCAD, and it's worth just looking at what they do and how to operate a dialog box in AutoCAD itself. Now, a good example of a dialog box is the array command in AutoCAD. Now, we're in the 2D drafting and annotation workspace. We need to be in the Home tab on the ribbon there, and in the Modify panel here, and you want this icon here, Array. So when you click on Array, there's a dialog box. Now, you get loads of these in AutoCAD, and the basic methodology is top to bottom, left to right. So let's create an array of our little 3D object here in the drawing area. We're going to create a rectangular array, which is going to be rows and columns. And what we're going to do, we need to select the object that we're going to array first. So, top to bottom, left to right. So I'm going from left to right to the select objects icon here. I click on that and it takes me back into the drawing area. So I select the object I want to array. So I click on it with the left hand mouse button. I then right click to confirm and it takes me back to the dialog box and tells me now that I've got one object selected just there. Now, how many rows am I going to have going up the y-axis? And how many columns am I going to have going along the x-axis? Well, let's just stick with 4 and 4. So it's going to be 4 up, 4 across. Now, the row offset, I know these values because I've already created this 3D object. But for this drawing, we're going to go for a row offset of 400 millimeters and a column offset of 700 millimeters. So just click in each box and put the values in. That's what you do with a dialog box. Don't put 7,000 in like me. Make sure it's 700. Otherwise you'll get some really big column offsets. Angle of array. Now what we can do here, we can change the angle of the array. If I just put 45 degrees in that box and then press the tab key once, you'll get a little preview and you can see the array's been rotated by 45 degrees. I'm going to put that back to 0 now and press the tab key again. And you'll notice as I press the tab key in any dialog box, it toggles across to the next value. And again, it does that in a top to bottom, left to right methodology. Now we can preview what the array is going to look like because we've selected our objects and we put our values in using our dialog box. So when I click on preview now in the dialog box, that's what my array looks like. You'll notice now, can you see on the command line, it says pick or press escape to return to dialog, or you can just right click on the mouse to accept the array. I'm going to press escape. That takes me back to the dialog box. And what I can do there, I can just click on OK. I don't have to preview if I know what I'm doing and I don't need to preview it. If I click on OK, it arrays it for me, as you can see without the preview there. So that's how a dialog box works in AutoCAD. Remember the methodology, top to bottom, left to right, and just remember to be very, very thorough. Make sure that all your settings are the way you want them before you click on OK. Now, some dialog boxes have an apply option, so you can stay in the dialog box, but just apply the new settings that you've entered. What will happen there is you will get an update on the screen in AutoCAD with those applied settings. Then you will go and maybe edit some more and then click on OK. When you click on OK, it applies the settings and closes the dialog box.